Welcome back to CryptosRus. My name is Aaron and you're watching DeFi Friday. Today I'd like to talk about where I get some of my alpha in order to get into some airdrops, check out new chains, and just get familiarized with new DeFi protocols that is in layer 3. So let's jump on into it. Layer 3 is a great place to look if you're trying to get started in DeFi. It's also a great place to get some traction in new chains in order to make some transactions that could qualify you for some airdrops. And it's also just a great place to find out about new protocols in the DeFi space that you can get familiar with, perhaps get some great APYs with, maybe even find something new to interact with that could possibly make you some money in the future. There's also NFT marketplaces that you can explore, and other Web3 type applications are going to be available inside of layer 3. When you start out in layer 3, you need to start by getting connected. So you first sign in and you create an account. When you sign in, you'll have to choose which wallet you're going to interact with. If you click on the MetaMask, that will also pull up any other browser-based wallets. I'm going to connect my ROX wallet here to get started. And I'm going to have to sign this message to log in here. Layer 3 is going to read your wallet transactions. It's not going to be able to do any transactions for you, but it will read your transactions as you'll see. Layer 3 is very quest based, so you can just start by hitting quest if you'd like. You can start by looking through some of the categories. Getting started is a great one. I'm a big fan of bridging to layer 2s out of Ethereum, so you could start with how to bridge to layer 2 if you've got some assets on the Ethereum network. You can go beyond Ethereum, and you can do some NFTs. I like to go down here and actually search by chain. My favorite thing right now is to get into the ZK Sync network, as it's one of the newest networks, layer 2s on top of Ethereum. So ZK Sync has not issued a token yet, and I've been working on getting some traction on ZK Sync in order to be eligible for a future airdrop. So I'm going to click on ZK Sync here. I've done some of these quests in another wallet already, but the more wallets that you have connected, the more likely you are to be eligible for airdrops in multiple wallets that could increase the value of those airdrops. When the Arbitrum token launched, I was eligible for 2,800 tokens because of the transactions that I had already done on the Arbitrum network, and I can honestly say that layer 3 helped me to make some of those transactions. I found new protocols, I made a lot of transactions, and left a footprint in my wallet of Arbitrum transactions that made me eligible for a larger allocation of the airdrop than I would have otherwise. Alright, I'd like to start with this intro to ZK Sync era. Just to get started on this chain, I think this is probably the best place to start on layer 3 for us in particular. It is a beginner difficulty, which is great for those new to ZK Sync. ZK Sync is a layer 2. It's a ZK rollup or a zero knowledge rollup. It's going to have great transaction times and low fees in comparison to the Ethereum mainnet. ZK did beat Polygon ZK EVM to the punch with the first ZK EVM network, which is pretty impressive considering Polygon has a much larger footprint. Wanted to give you a quick definition of what ZK stands for. It's zero knowledge proofs, and zero knowledge proof has actually been around since the 80s. It's a common practice in cryptography. A zero knowledge proof is a method of proving the validity of a statement without revealing the statement itself. It is a proof system with a prover and a verifier, and a challenge that gives users the ability to publicly share a proof of knowledge or ownership without revealing the details. So you can see how that could be very useful inside of cryptography. It's been in cryptography since, I said, the 80s, and this was something derived during the Cold War actually, but now we're using it in crypto, specifically in zero knowledge rollups on Ethereum. Alright, why ZK Sync era matters. Scaling Ethereum for mass adoption without compromising security or decentralization utilizes powerful zero-knowledge proofs for high-capacity blockchain transactions, pioneers account abstraction for an enhanced user experience. Security and audits, over a year and 3.8 million spent on testing and auditing, which is pretty impressive, guys. 7 independent security audits, 3 internal audits, and 2 public security audits. Continuous focus on security improvements and monitoring. There's a video that you can watch here on the first ZK EVM, which is pretty cool. I've watched this before. I'm going to let you do that on your own time. I'm going to take this quiz. All right, what is the primary purpose of ZK Sync Era? To create a social network, to scale Ethereum and improve user experience. I'm going to guess this one right off the top. To develop new cryptocurrencies or to provide a cloud storage solution. I'm going to go with the one I chose earlier. Now we're going to bridge to ZK Sync from the Ethereum network. We're going to open ZK Sync's bridge. We're going to connect our wallet here. This will work with any browser-based wallet. We're going to deposit 0.03 Ethereum onto the ZK Era mainnet here. So let's hit deposit. Simulate this transaction. It's going to cost us a network fee of $6, but that's not a huge deal because we will have some really inexpensive transactions on ZK Sync. It just took a couple of seconds for this to happen, so now we've got a successful deposit here. We're going to go back to layer 3 here, and then we're going to verify that we've transacted, and it should give us a go ahead here. Layer 3 is primarily a advertising platform for these protocols, so they're going to want you to connect your Twitter account in order to move forward. I'm going to go ahead and do that here. Go ahead and authorize the app. If you want to skip this step, it's absolutely fine. You can go ahead and do that, but you will not get the experience points if you were able to connect and tweet about your experience using this specific quiz here. All right, time for a poll. So continue. On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to recommend this quest to a friend? I would certainly recommend it, as I am recommending it to all of you. But now we've got some experience using the bridge from Ethereum to ZK Sync. Now I'm going to go back to quests. I'm going to go back to ZK Sync again here. And the next application I'd like to check out is Mute. So Mute is a swap DEX. It is a great place to find yields for your coins as well. With another wallet, I was able to make some decent gains inside of Mute, and I wouldn't have found this if I hadn't used this quest. So let's get started. Mute is a DeFi liquidity hub on ZK Sync, including an AMM DEX, farming, and bond platform to incentivize liquidity and reduce gas fees. An AMM is an automatic market maker. It's how DEXs use liquidity to trade. The Mute switch offers a range of features, including an AMM-based DEX with limit orders, stable and normal AMM curve pools, which are very similar to Uniswap pools that I've talked about before on this channel. Fixed and dynamic protocol fees, 0% LP minting fee, which is great. That it means it doesn't charge you to create a liquidity position. Fast settlements, yes, everything on ZK Sync is very fast, 1 to 3 seconds. Benefits on building on ZK Sync. Mute is built on ZK Sync Era, which offers several advantages: enhanced security through Ethereum Layer 1. Lower gas fees, enabling more cost-effective transactions, faster transaction settlements, scalability, allowing for a greater number of transactions. Layer 3 is asking us to swap from Ethereum to USDC on Mute. So we're going to open up Mute. Because we did that other quest inside of Layer 3, we do have some Ethereum on ZK Sync. I'm going to connect my wallet here. I've got some ETH here, and I'm going to want to swap for USDC as Layer 3 asked me to do so, and I'll get some experience doing so inside of Layer 3 and some experience personally using this application. So I'm going to put in 0.01, and we will see how much that's going to give us in USDC. All we have to do is hit swap. All right, now we have some USDC in our wallet. We're actually able to go back to Layer 3 and verify this. As you can see, Layer 3 is a great place for beginners to get started into new chains, getting off of the Ethereum network into some new protocols on new chains, guys, making yourself some traction in these chains, getting yourself some eligibility for future airdrops, and learning more about DeFi. So with that, thank you so much for watching DeFi Friday. My name is Aaron. We'll see you again next Friday, 8:30 Central Standard Time. Be sure to check out some of the other videos I've created in this series for DeFi Friday, guys. Have a great weekend and God bless.